Doug, welcome to the Center for Creative Leadership. We're delighted to have you here.
Thanks for having me today. I appreciate it.
And you did a presentation today where you talked a lot about the art of improvisation and the connections to its leadership. So could you talk about what's the essence of that philosophy of yes and how it connects to leadership?
Absolutely. In today's work environment, leaders can't be top-down, hierarchical. It is very much so about collaboration. And as we think about the philosophy of yes and what that means, it means that acknowledgement of an idea and building upon that idea. And for a leader in today's day and age that is faced with more diverse teams, more dispersed teams, that need to acknowledge ideas from a variety of sources, build on them, lends much more creativity, lends to much more innovation. It can accelerate brainstorming. And so from our perspective at the Second City, that yes and is really a fundamental principle. Without yes and, on stage, the scene dies. And we feel very much the same way as to how leaders need to react within their teams. Without yes and, that team brainstorm shuts down. Without yes and, the team doesn't develop that sense of collaboration, better communication. And so today's leaders have to adopt that sense of yes and if they want to be successful.
Great. And you work with a part of the Second City that focuses on executive education and developing this capability. So could you talk a little bit about that function and how do you help people and organizations build these skills?
Absolutely. Second City Works is the B2B arm of the Second City. And we take those critical improv skills that make our stage performers so successful and bring them to the corporate world. And we do that in a variety of fashions. But as you said, in our live learning, our training and development programs, that's about taking those skills, be it something like active listening or authenticity. And through experiential learning, through a variety of improv techniques and exercises, we can build half-day, full-day, multi-day programs that help leaders, salespeople, compliance people, any employee really become a better improviser in the sense that they're becoming a better contributor to their teams. They're becoming a better collaborator. And so the groups we work with in the B2B space can be anything from high potential employees that are looking to better develop their presentation skills, to sellers who are trying to be better in the moment and react to that live customer conversation. But it's all about, for us at Second City Works, bringing improvisation to the business world, because at its heart, we believe that business is fundamentally an act of improv. No matter how much we strategize, we plan, we build, the real world intrudes. And regardless, there's going to be that need for improv in the moment, and having those skills like yes and, like listening, like authenticity, can help anybody, a leader or otherwise in today's environment, become more effective in the workplace.
Great. And a lot of what happens in our organizations today, as you said, is a lot of yes but or no but or no because. But what would happen if we could get this philosophy, this improv mindset to all young people when they were growing up? What would happen in our world? How would that look different?
Well, I liken it to my own daughter, who's 4 years old, and I have to say, if we all had the mindset that she has, we'd be doing so much better. If you think about her as a 4-year-old, she's always looking to stay outside a little bit longer, play in the pool a little bit longer. And so whenever suggestion I might have becomes yes and very quickly. There's a very short acknowledgement of what I said, but more often she's building on it. She wants something else. She's being creative at that age. And so for us, it's bringing that sense of play and bringing that sense of sort of real-time creation back into the workplace. At Second City Works, our tagline is that we want to make work better. And if we think about what yes and does, opening up possibilities, not shutting them down, creating new rather than discarding, acknowledging an idea, moving it forward. If we were to bring that to the workplace, I think you'd see so much more creativity. I think you'd see so much of that playful nature reemerge and be able to come up with better ideas faster. And much like my own children, much like any of our children, they have that innate in them. At some point, the workplace beats it out of them. And I think at Second City Works, we find it a little bit of our mission to put it back in. And I think that's going to be really fun.
Great. Well, thanks for joining us today, and we're delighted to have you here. I'm looking forward to doing a lot more play
Absolutely. Thanks, Lyndon. It was a great time, and I appreciate the effort on CCL's part to have us.